Bible doesn't provide us with any information concerning the activity of the disciples on Saturday. But we can presume, however, based on their actions Sunday, that they're fearfully hiding together behind locked doors, that Saturday was spent in secretive fear and dread. The disciples are reeling from the shock of the previous day's rapid events. Now, they had devoted their lives to following a person who had been brutally, shamefully executed as a criminal. And their hopes for the establishment of God's messianic kingdom lie shattered like so many pieces of broken pottery. They are likely sleep-deprived and terrified of pursuit and prosecution by the Jewish leaders. Now, with their leader executed, they have a good reason to be afraid. With Jerusalem still overrun with thousands of Passover pilgrims, it would have been relatively easy to blend in and disappear. Luke's statement, "On the Sabbath they rested according to the commandment," may veil the emotion and physical turmoil of Jesus' followers on the day following his crucifixion. Matthew alone records activity on Saturday. The chief priests and Pharisees approach Pilate and ask him to secure the tomb until the third day, which is Sunday. They explain to Pilate that the impostor had said, "After 3 days I will rise." And they express concern that if the disciples stole the body and claim a resurrection, the last fraud will be worse than the first. The fact that the Jewish leaders send this delegation to Pilate on the Sabbath reveals their perception of the situation. They are afraid as well. Their fear may have been exacerbated by the unusual circumstances surrounding Jesus' death, the darkness, the tearing of the temple curtain, and the earthquake. Would Jesus' death take care of the problem, or would it make things worse? Jesus had made several predictions of his resurrection, which his disciples either failed to understand or had difficulty believing. The Jewish leaders have heard rumors of these predictions and want to ensure that Jesus' disciples do not perpetrate a hoax by making it appear that the predictions have come true. They, along with the disciples themselves, apparently had no expectation of a genuine supernatural resurrection. He gives in to their desires to secure the tomb, and they respond by sealing the stone and setting a guard, perhaps made up of both Roman and Jewish security forces. Here on Saturday, Holy Week waits in relative silence. The tomb has been sealed. The guards stand watch. The disciples likely hide in confusion, fear, and devastation. And the Savior lies lifeless, having surrendered all to save his people from their sin. How would you process the horrors of the last couple of days in the quiet, disturbing shadow of the cross? The disciples had to have 1,000 painful questions. How could he be the long-awaited king if he was just killed? Is there something we could have done to stop it? If they tortured and slaughtered him like that, what are they going to do to us? It was all playing back through their minds while they waited on Saturday. And we too still hear the dark, sobering echoes of Thursday and Friday. But we wait with expectation for tomorrow, for the empty grave, and risen King. Filled with hope, we can look back into the crowd that crucified Jesus and see our own selves. And then look forward in preparation for Easter, rejoicing in the transformation that's taken place in us because of his sacrifice. Friends, we've been covered by the same blood that confounded those first followers.